Welcome back to Petrolhead Detailing. This week we have a Jaguar XK8 in for a full correction detail. And work has already started on this, we're catching up with the video footage. Basically, a car came in, customer wants to get this back to as new a condition as possible. So it's been off to our dent specialist, and he had the car for 5 days, removing every single dent from the body panels. Pretty much every single panel with the exception of the bonnet had dents in it. It then went off and had the front bumper resprayed because there were some scuff marks across the front here which we couldn't polish out, and on top of that the wing mirrors, they were quite heavily pitted, so they've been resprayed as well. What we're aiming to do today is to get the majority of the machine polishing completed. Today is Saturday the 30th of June and the car is due to be collected tomorrow around about 4 PM on Sunday. The wheels have been refurbished, and you'll see in the video a bit later on us putting those back on. The interior is going to be conditioned. The leather's in really good condition as it is, but it just needs that little bit of a lift just to clean and condition it. The glass is going to be polished and sealed with smart glass. The bodywork, once we've completed the correction, and when I say correction, we are talking a 3-stage process. So this is a heavy cut to get through the deeper defects, the bigger scratches, the imperfections within the paint. Then there's a medium refine, and the medium refine will essentially take out sort of that the lighter, the haze, and then there is a final ultra fine polish applied, and that just brings the paintwork to life, so you get this fantastic gloss. So areas that haven't been touched yet are the wing. Just here you can still see, if we get a little bit of focus on it, there's still quite a lot of haziness there in the light you can see here. Areas of the bonnet still need to be done, rear bumper needs to be done. On this side we've already done the 3-stage, and if we get some clarity on the camera, hopefully, it's a bit difficult to show, but essentially all the defects from that wing have been removed. The door's been done, the rear quarter is pretty much finished, there's a small section left to do on that. Roof has had the cut, so this will still need the medium compound and then the ultra refine. Once all of the machine polishing has been done, we will then apply Crystal Serum Ultra, which is Gtechniq's flagship product, the 9-year manufacturer guarantee with regards to the paint protection there. And that will also enhance the levels of gloss. Once the Ultra has been applied, we'll give that sufficient time to cure, and then we will apply Gtechniq's EXO V4, which is a brand new product. This will be the first vehicle that we've had that is having EXO version 4, which has just literally come out recently. And it's just every sort of 18 months Gtechniq seem to release a newer version of a product, or a revised version of a product, which I think is fantastic, because every time they do, the application process is better and the actual performance of the product is even so much better as well. So let's crack on and we'll get this finished. So the Jag's almost complete with the machine polishing. We've got a couple of wings still to finish off, and as you may notice, it's still got my old van wheels on it. So now we have the nice new or newly refurbished wheels back from the wheel company. As you can see, they've all been refreshed, so they've got all the inside barrels have been cleaned up, new balancing weights have been fitted. Going to now swap these over. Dan's going to finish off the machining on this side of the car. Already you can see there's a huge amount of gloss now visible on this area, whereas if we come to the back, which is yet to be touched, it's still a little bit dull down here. There we go, you can see the areas that we haven't done yet. This area has had the cut and just needs to be refined, so it's a bit hazy, and this area hasn't even been touched, so you can still see all the defects. So let's get those wheels back on the car. So before fitting the wheel, I always remove the centre cap. It's just so that once you've got the wheel in position, one, you can check that the hub is actually sitting properly on the inside here when it's attached to the car, but also we want to align the centre cap with the valve cap so they're in line. Other things happen to these just before we've put them back on. They've all been sealed with C5 wheel armour, which is going to protect it against like heavy builds up of brake dust, and just add that little bit of extra protection to the wheels while it's on the car. That level of protection, the C5, up to around about 20,000 miles is the estimated on that. So if you only sort of got a weekend run around and you're not using it that much, it should last a good couple of years. Let's get these back on. So as you can see, Dan in the background is just finishing off the coating onto the Jaguar XK8, and I'm just now going through the remaining small tasks, little detailed tasks. And the customer, when he dropped the car off, had a set of side repeaters which the previous owner had badly, shall we say, wrapped. If I can show that on the camera. And what he's done is he's taken like a clear wrap, which has got a slight smoke effect to it, and he's stuck it over the top of the side repeater. It doesn't look very good. So customers provide us with a set of the originals, the correct side repeaters that go onto the car. So we took those off anyway, as we would when we were doing the machine polishing. I'm just going to go through these now, but the ones that have dropped off, they're a little bit mucky and a little bit dull. So I've done one, that's all cleaned up now. And if you look at the difference between the two, this is the one I've polished. If I can get it to focus on it, come on. So that's the one I've polished, and this is the one that's yet to be done. There's a definite difference. That one's got kind of a dull finish to it, and that one is nice and glossy. So I'm just going to clean up the last one and then reinstall them on the car.